After our mother died, it was just me and Caleb. He was 3 years younger and had been in a wheelchair for over a decade, ever since the accident. Doctors said he'd never walk again. I left my life in Boston and brought us back to Mom's old house, buried deep in the forests of northern Maine. No neighbors, no cell service. I thought it would be peaceful, a place to heal. But that house didn't soothe. It waited, like it was listening. At first, it was just Caleb's nightmares. Every night, precisely at 3:12 a.m., he screamed like something was being ripped out of him. I'd rush into his room and find him sitting upright, sweating, eyes wide open, whispering, "They're watching!" I'd ask who. He never answered. And in the morning, he denied everything. But then things got worse. Doors I'd locked were wide open. Wet footprints across the floor. Pine needles scattered in the hallway, though the windows were sealed shut. I set up a camera in the hallway. The next morning, Am reviewed the footage. At exactly 3:12 a.m., the video glitched. Then something tall and thin glided across the floor, its limbs too long, dragging behind it. Behind it, Caleb's wheelchair empty. But in his bed, he lay sleeping like nothing had happened. When I asked him about it, he just smiled. "You're tired, Nate," he said. "You need rest." I didn't sleep after that. The next night, I looked out the window and saw Caleb standing barefoot in the snow, staring down into the old well behind the house. The same well that had been sealed with wooden boards since before we moved in. I ran out, grabbing his freezing arm. He didn't resist. His skin was ice cold, but his feet were clean. No snow, no mud. He whispered, "They let me walk, but not for long." The next morning, I couldn't ignore it anymore. I went to the attic and dug through Mom's old boxes. In a locked metal chest, I found newspaper clippings, letters, and a Polaroid. The headline read, "Local girl disappears after party, last seen with Caleb Worden." The photo was Caleb with the girl, smiling. Her name was Mira Cullen. I stormed downstairs, hands shady. "Did you know her?" I asked. "Mira?" He stared at me and said, "She said, no, I didn't mean to, but she hit her head. I panicked." I swallowed bile. "What did you do with her?" Caleb looked at the floor. "He gave her to the well." I ran outside and tore the boards out the well. The air reeked of rot. I shined my flashlight inside. Blackness. Then a voice, a girl's voice, weak, distant, "Help me!" A pale hand reached out, fingers long, nails cracked and bloody. I fell back and screamed, reboarded the well, and poured concrete over it. That night, Caleb walked into the living room on his feet. No wheelchair. He smiled. "She forgave me," he said. "Now I could walk forever." The next morning, he was gone. 3 days passed. I tore the house apart. In a floorboard under his bed, I found letters addressed to Mira. He wrote of whispers, of how she wouldn't stop talking. He wrote, "They want more. They want you." Another read, "Mom made the first trade. She showed me the path. Under the house, beneath the well." He called them the Long Ones. Creatures that gave kids healing, strength, clarity. But nothing came for free. They wanted blood, memories, life. On the sixth night, I found a hidden ledge on the attic floor. Below it, a staircase carved into stone. I descended it. The air was wet,
rank symbols on the walls, dried moss on the center of Odo of Mira, surrounded by bones, and Caleb's empty wheelchair. I stepped into the chamber. A whisper slitted across my neck. Cold breath at my ear. She's not the only one in the well. I bolted upstairs to the hat and tried to pretend none of it existed. Then I found my father's letters, stuffed in a Bible behind the bookshelf. A man I'd never met. He wrote, I buried the wrong thing and in the wrong place. He wrote, Caleb's not fully mine. His last line, if you're reading this, the debt is now yours. On the seventh night, Caleb came back. He looked taller, skin stretched tight over long bones, shadow to lung. His eyes were black, Button was like the well. He smiled. They want to see you, Nate, he said. Now it's your turn. I tried to run. My legs wouldn't move. Something held me frozen. I blacked out. When I came to, I was in the attic. A wheelchair next to me. And on my chest, a note. She's still hungry. Now I live in the city. No well, no woods. But every night at 3:12 a.m., I wake up to water dripping from the ceiling, pine needles on my pillow. And sometimes I wake up standing, staring up the window. My body moves without me. I hear whispers in the dark. Sometimes Mira's voice, sometimes Caleb's, sometimes both. Because the things we bury